There is an animal alive today that can recognize your face, remember it for years, and hold a grudge. It has been documented holding funerals. It has been documented using cars as nutcrackers, placing walnuts at intersections and waiting for the light to turn red before walking out to collect them. It has been documented teaching its children which humans are dangerous, passing that knowledge down across generations like a name on a blacklist. That animal is not a primate. It is a crow. And right now, every crow alive exists inside a world full of things that can kill it. Hawks, eagles, larger owls, humans with guns, cars, power lines. All of that is the ceiling. All of that is what has kept the crow exactly where it is. Now, imagine the ceiling disappears. We are not talking about crows getting slightly bigger or slightly bolder. We are talking about what happens to a species of near-human intelligence when every pressure that shaped its caution is removed, when there is nothing left that hunts it, nothing left that competes with it, when the crow looks out at a continent and there is, for the first time in its 17-million-year evolutionary history, nothing looking back. This is not a story about animals becoming monsters. This is a story about what intelligence does when it is finally, completely unleashed. And it is stranger than anything you are expecting. The crow brain is, by any reasonable measure, absurd for a bird. It has a forebrain-to-body ratio that rivals chimpanzees. It experiences REM sleep. It has demonstrated self-recognition in mirrors, a test that elephants pass and most fish fail. It makes tools it has never been taught to make, bends wire into hooks, strips bark into probes with a precision that suggests planning, not instinct. And yet, the crow is small, roughly half a kilogram. It nests in trees because it cannot defend the ground. It forages in groups because a single crow watching for hawks is a crow that doesn't eat. It defers. It scatters. It is, despite everything its brain is capable of, still prey. Remove that fact, remove predators, and you have not made the crow safer. You have made it something entirely new. In the first 10 years, the change is behavioral. In the first 100, it is structural. By year 1000, biologists, if any existed, would struggle to classify what they were looking at. Year 10. The crows have not changed shape. They still weigh half a kilogram. Their wings still span 90 centimeters. But something has already shifted in the architecture of their days. In a world with predators, crows spend approximately 30% of their active hours in vigilance, watching, listening for threat assessments on every shadow that moves across the ground. That 30% is gone now, and the crow brain, with nothing left to fear, has started doing something with it. The tool use has accelerated. Crows in coastal populations have begun using shells as containers, carrying water from tidal pools to inland caches. Crows in woodland populations have started constructing communal roosts, not from instinct, but from apparent coordination, with individual birds performing distinct tasks, scouts that leave and return, builders that work continuously, guards posted at the perimeter, though there is nothing left to guard against. The guards are still there out of habit. By year 50, the habit is gone. By year 50, the crows have reassigned those birds to something else. Year 500. The crow is still a bird, but the crow flock is no longer a flock. It is something that does not have a clean word in any human language, a distributed cognitive network, a living structure in which individual intelligence aggregates upward into something that behaves like a single mind. Groups have grown from the 20-bird foraging parties of the Old World to colonies of 2,000 to 10,000. And these colonies have, this word is chosen carefully, culture. Distinct behavioral traditions that vary between groups and are transmitted across generations, not through genes, but through teaching. A colony in what was once the Pacific Northwest has developed a specific method for cracking open the skulls of ungulates they have driven off cliffs, a technique unknown in colonies 200 kilometers to the south, which use a different method entirely. The difference is not genetic. Juvenile crows raised by the southern colony, if transferred north, learn the northern technique. Juvenile crows from the north transferred south learn the southern one. They are not just intelligent, they are cultured. And cultures, given enough time and enough isolation, diverge. The crow is beginning to speciate not through genetics alone, but through knowledge. Year 5000, and now the body has caught up with the mind. The crow was small because small is survivable. Small means fewer calories needed. Small means a hawk can only carry you so far. Small is a strategy for a world that wants to eat you. The world no longer wants to eat you. The northern lineage, descendants of the Pacific colonies, has grown, not dramatically, not into something unrecognizable, but measurably, undeniably. The largest males now weigh 2 kilograms. Their bills have deepened and curved into something closer to a raptor's, not because they are hunting the way a hawk hunts, but because they have begun hunting things that require breaking open. Bones. Year 500. The crow is still a bird, but the crow flock is no longer a flock. It is something that does not have a clean word in any human language, a distributed cognitive network. A living structure in which individual intelligence aggregates upward into something that behaves like a single mind. Groups have grown from the 20-bird foraging parties of the Old World to colonies of 2,000 to 10,000. And these colonies have, this word is chosen carefully, culture. Distinct behavioral traditions that vary between groups and are transmitted across generations, not through genes, but through teaching. A colony in what was once the Pacific Northwest has developed a specific method for cracking open the skulls of ungulates they have driven off cliffs.